Hello. We're just getting started. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know why it does that to me. Doo-doo-doo. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Hi. I'm going to wait till everyone's in here. I'm only going to say it like, a couple of times. Hold on. All right. You got it. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, can we get some huge W's to Bishop over in Twitch for sending? Oh, sorry, TikTok. It's just a condition. For sending out subs. Hi, everyone. Also, if you received one, thank him. Be sure to say thank you. We're gonna put these on early so I can hear all the fun sounds. Hello, everybody. We are rolling. We are rolling. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate that. Let's see. So guys, I know over on the talk streets, you guys see my thing. This is an ask. Let's it's just a condition. Yeah, it's just something that it's done involuntarily. Let's get the likes ran up as much as we can. If we can go over this, that would be even better. I just put that up there just as a, let's give it a shot. I apparently need to adjust this a little bit. We'll just drag that back down and around. There we go. All right. How is everybody? Oh, that's a cute one again. Y'all, I wish you guys could see all the TikTok gifts. It's so cute and adorable. Thank you, Hector. Thank you, Hector. Thank you, Hector. Let's get some W Hectors while everyone's doing this. It doesn't even fit every hole there. It doesn't even all fit. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you, Phantom, for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Walosi, for the birthday wishes. If you guys have not seen my posted short yet, be sure to go and watch it. I thought it was funny, and I hope everybody else thinks it's funny as well. Merry flippin' B-Day. Thanks, Rodney. Thanks, guys. So I was trying to put this in the chat. Let me go ahead and my goal is on, hold on. 1 second, TikTok, 1 second. My goal on YouTube for today is it's the 28th and it's my birthday. So on YouTube, I would like to get 28 new members. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it'll get done, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm manifesting it. Thank you, Leith. We're back. Unmute it. And again, guys, W Hector, especially in the TikTok chat, guys. Already, like, you guys act like this is a big thing. It's a dancing bear. It's the dancing animals. Animal band. Thank you for the animal band. Yeah, buddy. Most valuable. There we go. That's a cool one, Phantom. Thank you. Oh, that's adorable. Wait, they did bring back a cake gift? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, wow. Well, there we go. Can we get more W's over here for a Jocular for sending out 10 gifted memberships for starting it all off? W to Jocular. That's AKA Bishop over in Purpley land. Yeah, W over there. We're getting started here. And I'm getting loved on by the puppers. So, well, thanks, Prima. I appreciate that. Jules, thank you for the $9.99. Happy birthday. Wishing you great health and happiness. Hi. Oh gosh. Don't pull these off my head. Puppers. Matt was competing with you? I believe it. That's the best way to go, actually. The competition. Oh, there we go. Jules got a membership, too. Summer! Give me the sock. This is my birthday, okay? Come here, Summer. Give me the sock. Give me the sock. Give me. Give me. Let go. Summer, let go. Let go. Let go. This is my birthday from the dog, is the sock. I didn't eat any cake. Hot take. I did not eat cake. There we go. There we go. There she goes with her sock. All right.
You're awesome.
Tried and failed. Ooh, we have a chest. Give me that. Choo choo. Oh, that's so cool. I've never seen that, or at least maybe I've just never paid attention. Belchi, thank you for the bits twice. We appreciate that. Thank you guys. Yeah, no, I love cake. I just didn't have one. Sometimes it's a little too sweet, and you know how sometimes you just don't have that big of a sweet tooth going on? Ooh, thank you, owls. Let's get some W owls in the chat too. Y'all are doing awesome. Okay, hold on. Okay, beige, go away then. Beige. What did I say? Good choice on no cake. Pie is better. Listen, I almost got a cheesecake at dinner. And then I was like, you know what? I ate all of my food. I don't normally like scarf all my food down. Celebration. Look at that hype. I really don't. Like, so since I ate everything, I was like, probably shouldn't overstuff myself. Thank you. Yeah, good choice. No cake. Pie is better. Cheesecake, though. Cheesecake, though. Are we trolling conservatives here? Based. Yeah, very based. It's true. We'll see how this goes. Only call in if you voted for Donald Trump. While I appreciate the... Oh, that's adorable. Thank you, Eva. That's cute. Well, happy birthday to your other person, Madeline. Luke from Texas, thanks for commenting so YouTube keeps showing. Yes. Exactly, Wowie. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Thank you for calling the streamer.
Nigger.
Okay. Have a good one. Yeah, the puppers goes crazy. Yeah, it always begins. Listen, y'all. Oh, thank you. That was so cute too. Mary go boo. Listen, y'all don't understand how much I love the Halloween gifts. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. How old are you?
24.
24. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. What has you...
That's my boy.
Okay. What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I'm sorry, did you say why?
No, I asked you what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I don't support everything he does, but
Yeah.
I think overall he's
So
doing a
what
great
has you
job.
questioning it?
You know, I mean, you know, you could talk about the Epstein stuff, but I love our boy. That's our boy.
Odd.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Can I say happy birthday?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is there any specifics that you wanna question me on?
Yeah, can you identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Why don't you tell me?
Donald Trump says that the government shutdown is the fault of the Democrats. Is that true, yay or nay?
Uh, I mean, from what I've heard, yeah, I don't know too much on that, but yeah, I think it is the Democrats.
If the Democrats are the minority in Congress, how did they shut it down?
Because it takes more than that.
How do you mean?
It still requires like a bunch of them, right? And
A
I've
bunch of
heard
them?
I've heard that some Democrats switched over a few weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, and we still have Republicans that vote against it to this day, to literally today.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Isn't it oh shit, man, I'm fucking stoned a little bit. I know that. So I want to say it's because fuck, dude, it's like they wanted to like fund some bullshit.
Fun some BS.
Hey, you know what? Let's just switch to the next one. So I'm spacing. Go to number
Spicing.
2.
All right. Donald Trump said that he's ended 7 wars. Thank you, Luca.
Nah, that's probably not true.
Probably not true.
But I will
Awesome.
say
I
that,
love you coming out and just saying that, and I love that. Thank you.
yeah, I mean he's a he's a gauche man. But I will say that I like his stance on America first. So fuck every other country. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
Okay.
And just putting America first. I love that.
Is that why he's
And
giving he's purchasing $20 billion worth of Argentine pesos and also giving them $20 billion in addition to that? It's
you know what
very
I'm
America
realizing? That
first.
I might not be educated enough to talk about this.
I'm just
But
saying, it doesn't sound very America first if we're literally handing money to Argentina, just being like, here you go.
I truly got nothing. I have nothing to say about that. I have no idea.
I mean, I would
But I
consider
mean,
that a lie.
gas is cheap.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's like what is it? $3 average.
I can check it real quick. I haven't looked at the EIA lately. Okay, EIA.gov. Average
I will
gas
say, like, I've been
prices.
making a lot more money since 2016. Everything seems great.
It's still over $3, but just it's 3.03. But see, there's another lie.
Okay.
Donald Trump says that gas price is less than $2.
Now he said 3.
No, he
I'm
said
like
$2.
subscribed to some text group from Trump himself, and he said 3.
He said 2. It's cool.
I mean, I prove it. It says 3. No one says 2.
He said 2.
We could agree to disagree on that, but I mean,
Okay.
it said 3 from the own. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm not educated enough to talk about this, but I say I love my president. I think he's doing a pretty good job. Just to compare it with Joe Biden, I didn't even feel like he was really in office. Like there was some fluency in
Biden.
polls.
It's always Biden.
I mean, yeah, he was our last president, so.
Yeah, it's just like we're talking about Trump and everyone's always like, but Biden.
Well, the greater of two evils, right?
No. Who else has the ability to be president right now?
What do you mean, JD?
You're awesome.
No one has the ability to be president right now. No one else has the ability to be president right now today. So, he's the lesser of two evils is an incorrect phrasing. You can say he was the lesser of two evils in your opinion, but he's not actively anymore because That's not how it works. Past tense, present tense.
Let me ask you
past
something,
tense,
because
present
I'm not
tense.
really trying to argue with you, but I just
The Australian Shepherd that's rolling on the bed behind me would have been a better option.
that's possible.
Yeah, she
But I'm
just
just saying,
enjoys
of
life.
the two, what do you think?
Yeah, Kamala Harris could have gotten in and done absolutely nothing and would have been a better option.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about Trump supporting the army and paying them through the shutdown?
It kind of goes against existing law. So,
Goes
well,
against
I
law.
agree with it. And trust me, I don't agree. Like, and I made this post about it, okay? Like, everybody can look it up. It's there. It exists. I've already made a statement that I don't agree with the Democratic Party in voting against funding the military service members during the shutdown because they voted against that appropriations bill. I do not agree with that because there are military members that are overseas and they're not getting paid, which means that their families at home could be struggling. And I don't agree with that. But again, like $130 million isn't going to go very far. It basically maths out to about $100 per person. It's not that anonymous donation won't go far.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you're like you're completely in the middle. You're not on one or the other.
I'm non-affiliated.
So maybe you would agree with some of the things that he's doing.
No, not right now. Not in his current presidency. The only thing that he's done well so far is try to negotiate a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. And that's going swimmingly well, even though I really wanted it to go well.
You wanted it to go well?
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen the war actually stop. And yet, Israel carried out a heavy air assault today. So that didn't happen.
All right, I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'm not gonna argue at any points because I definitely don't have enough time to like research all this stuff. But what do you think about like Trump, like his Twitter posts, like how he just did that one where he dropped a bunch of turds out of a jet?
Yeah, that was dumb.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yes, it's so
Is he not the
mature of
best
a
troll?
79-year-old man.
I thought it was like 81.
He's 79.
But I mean, he's like the best troll. He is so great with that.
So great,
And
so
it comes to a
amazing, so
point where
awesome. Satire.
I just think that like it's gotten to a point where people are just so
I don't
tired
remember Ryan.
of just the bullshit,
You know,
man.
that's
And
a
just
good
and he
point.
just
So I just want to be clear. You think it's funny that the president of the United States puts a crown on his head after, he's been calling himself king for a while. And it
no,
poops,
that's because
literally
other
drops
people were
poop.
calling him a
Hold
king.
on. No, he said it himself. Literally drops poop on people who are utilizing their freedom of speech that's enumerated in the Constitution. You think that's funny?
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't really like the First Amendment very much, do you?
Oh, I do. I'm a
Okay.
big fan of it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. Bye.
But that's his
Have a
First
good one,
Amendment,
though.
right?
Not saying it's not his First Amendment. I just think it's not funny. Can somebody who is not blitzed or Blaze come up here? That would be cool. Meow. Thank you, Jason. I love the little kitty kneading. Let's go ahead and clear out this gift goal real quick. Thank you, Shannon, for the 99 cents. Guys, if you want to go ahead and ring the phone if you voted for Donald Trump. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you? Sorry, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Did you vote for are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Looky, I just moved here and kind of confused.
Yeah, you sound blazed. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
31.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. All right. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I just think a lot of things. Mainly, like you're just a dumb nigger.
I'm literally white, so it's physically impossible. Physically impossible. It's always funny how anonymous people on the internet say that. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Wow, you're so mature. W Chris in the chat for the $30 over on that purple app. Everybody take out your headphones right now. Take them out. Ah! Sorry, guys. It doesn't help their case. I know that was not enough time, but thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
24.
24. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am, yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
You already asked me that. 24.
I did ask you that. You're right. You're 24. My bad. Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
You have a boyfriend?
How is that relevant to the question?
You're single as fuck, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Actually, you see this?
Yeah,
like,
I bet your boyfriend's probably fucking miserable too.
Oh, yeah? He's so miserable. Oh, you hung up. That's funny. See, guys, y'all know when I hang up because you hear the click. I know because I hear it on the playback. I did not mean to call somebody. My bad. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
Pardon me?
How old are you?
40.
40? Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Of course.
Of course.
Why wouldn't I be?
Okay. Well, what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do not. So what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump?
What has you questioning my support?
No, what has you questioning your support?
I haven't been questioning my support.
Okay.
I know that
Can you
there's a lot
identify
of injustice
3
being
lies
done.
that Donald
Wait,
Trump
no,
has
I have a good
told?
point to make. I've dealt with Donald Trump since the 80s when he did the rent control and he
okay.
burned people alive. Do you understand? He was blowing up buildings. He was a slumlord. You know?
You're 24 and you've known Donald Trump since the 1980s.
No. I said I'm 42.
You
I
said
lived
24.
in Manhattan during rent control in the early 90s before Clinton signed that.
I don't know what he's going on about. That was odd. Yeah, like you said you're 24. I knew Donald Trump in the 80s when he was doing all that rent control shit and burning buildings. What the Okay. All right. Crow, send your army. Oh, y'all heard 40? Oh, okay. Even then, like, that's still too young. Like, 40 is not old enough for that. You would have to be at least 45, and then you would be an infant if that was the case. All right, guys. Let me do a quick PSA before I reopen up the lines. 1 second, TikTok. I will be right back. Guys, over on YouTube, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button up at the top. And if you like what you're hearing, please consider becoming a member, or if you're able to, gift out memberships. We already have 11 gifted members, so I'm looking for 17 new members for the day. Well, 10 gifted. one purchased. I appreciate you guys so much. And if you're able to become a member, that is the easiest, best way to support me. And then over on Twitch, guys, we already have 10 gifted subs. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you can get a membership for 1 month for free. And don't forget to hit that follow button. The most important thing between all applications, guys, most important thing between all apps is after you hit that follow or sub button, you hit that bell icon up at the top to make sure you know exactly when I go live or post a video. We're going to go ahead and take another caller. Thank you for the cake. That's adorable. Also, guys, if you're new over on TikTok, don't forget to hit that follow button way up at the top. I appreciate you guys. And let's keep running up these likes. I remember Trump's from the 80s. I'm a time traveler. That's pretty funny. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily that I'm questioning the movement. I'd say there are extremists on both sides. But I did have a question for you, if you don't mind.
I do. So can you identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
So I can't ask you a question?
Not yet.
Okay. So lies, are we talking about through both of his presidencies?
No, since he was inaugurated in 2025. Thank you, City
Uh,
Witchcraft.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't. I'm not really that deep in politics. I can't, name. I don't follow it. Every letter that he says or writes. I'm not that invested in politics, but I follow generally along. With major events like with this government shutdown.
Okay, so well, that's a good one. Donald Trump says that the government shutdown is the Democrats' fault. Is that true, or is that false?
I feel like the fault can be placed on both parties. I honestly think that both parties, for one, are two wings under the same bird, and I think both parties are trying to advance their agenda that doesn't necessarily align with what the people need. Me personally, I align more right of center than anything. So me personally, I feel like with the Democrats that are refusing to reopen the government,
How?
one of the main things I keep hearing and reading about is them wanting money for healthcare and for
Yeah, so I'm going to give you the 2
physical-
bill numbers that the Democrats have introduced, and I want you to identify for me where in the bill it's saying that they are funding healthcare for illegal immigrants. So the Senate iteration of the bill is S2882, and the House version of the bill is HR 5450. Where can I find it within either of those bills, which, by the way, are the exact same bills, just the sentencing, the paragraphs are off by one singular paragraph. Thank you, Jason. So they have the exact same number of pages and everything like that. So where can I find it in
So
that bill?
not once did I ever say that was fact. I just said that I had heard and read about it. That's not me stating that that's a
Okay.
verifiable known fact. I'm just saying that I read about that. Now, whether that's true or not, can we both agree that both Democrats and Republicans tend to advance, say, their own personal gain before the American public?
Oh, sorry. It's the minority party that's unable to advance their personal gain while they're in office. So that's not true.
So you don't think that senators or congresspeople on either side, whether they're
While
majority
they are
or
in the minority party, no, they're not able to advance their own personal gain while they are in office.
So, for example, when you have members that are in, say, congressional hearings
that have to do with, let's say, the military funding, military budget, and let's say that there's a particular senator, doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican or whether that they're the minority or majority, if they have some insider knowledge that the typical American wouldn't have access to, such as, which companies are most likely going to get this particular contract to fund this particular war or what have you. And they decide to go to the stock market or go to the, whatever,
Yeah, see, in
and
that
play
case,
either.
I support the Honest Act that Senator Thomas Massey introduced into the Senate, that all of the Republicans voted against. See, that would have actually stopped that thing that you're worried about so much. But see, Thomas Massey is a Republican, and yet he got bipartisan support and had all of the Democrats on his committee approve it, but every single Republican on his committee denied voting for that one. Thank you guys so much. So the Honest Act, which literally would have stopped insider trading, didn't go through because of the Republicans in Congress.
And see, I disagree with that. Not your statement, but I disagree with the fact that
Yeah,
that there
well,
were a Republican.
if you think that insider trading is such a big deal and you're against it, then here's what I encourage everybody to do. Call your senators in Congress, right? And tell them, vote for the Honest Act to literally keep y'all motherfuckers honest. It literally
So how do
stops
you
them
feel
from
about
being able to buy, sell, or trade stocks while they are in office. They literally have to divest before, like, as soon as they get elected or they're sworn into office. They have to divest all of their stocks.
how do you feel about term limits, not just for the president, but for those in the Senate and Congress?
Yes.
You
I
agree
have
that there
no
should be term
problem with
limits?
that. But the thing is, like, I don't think any congressional individual is going to vote themselves out of a job.
No, I don't believe so either. And the way it was meant to be is, back when the country was founded, it wasn't supposed to be a career. It was supposed to be
Says who?
a service to the country, and then you
Says
go
who?
back to doing what you were doing beforehand.
Again,
and
where
a
is
church.
that at?
I'm sorry.
Where can I find that at?
It's not recordable anywhere. I mean, do you really think that the congressmen and senators back when they first met in Philadelphia were there to make a career out of it?
I have no idea. I didn't live back then. Here's why I think that that might not be true, though, is because guess what? They made SCOTUS terms to be, or judges' terms to be indefinite. So why would they not have the similar intentions for congressional individuals? And thank you,
The judges,
Jennifer,
are you
for the
talking
40.
the judges? Are you talking about the Supreme Court justices?
Oh no, it's all judges that are appointed. They have lifelong terms.
Well, I mean, we're judging the past from the standards of today. So that I don't think. I mean, obviously, as time goes on, we gain more
Oh, well,
knowledge,
that
and we've had
was written into
within
the Constitution, sir. That
which part?
judges have lifelong terms.
Where's that at specifically, if you don't mind? Because I'm
Article
not familiar
3.
with it. All right, give me one moment.
Okay.
How is your night going? I just stumbled upon you on YouTube. I've seen a couple people call in and not really have any sort of
Yeah, they love
anything
doing
to
that.
discuss. But how's your night going otherwise?
Pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I cannot complain. I'm reading it now. Just give me one moment. If you...
I know he didn't, Jim. Thank you for the beer.
Okay, so yeah, I put it up and
Yeah, so I guess I would be against that as well, or insofar as imposing term limits on the Supreme Court.
I think it should be for all justices, not just Supreme Court. So judges on all levels. Because I think it's
agree,
kind of
because-
silly that we have 80-year-olds still sitting on a bench. They should be out there enjoying their retirement or something. I
Right,
also
and-
agree with putting like a kind of age limit on things. So Like, I think,
Right.
especially after the last presidency and how this one's actively going, I think, personal opinion here, electing anybody into office that is over the age or between 70 and 75 is tantamount to adult abuse.
Well, I agree, especially since Joe Biden's presidency. You know, I obviously I lean more right, so I wasn't the biggest fan of him when he was elected. But just seeing his, you know, the way he moved around, the way he acted, the way he didn't seem like he was aware or had any spatial awareness of where he was at. I mean, you know, the right, like Fox News, they were dogging on him.
Yeah, literally
Every
neither
single-
does Donald Trump. He thought he was meeting Putin in Russia when it was Alaska.
I mean, to be fair, you know, the guy's old. Okay, the
Yeah.
guy's old as shit.
He's telling
But
everybody that gas
Alaska-
is under $2, which is false. He's telling everyone that he ended inflation, even though that's literally impossible. When he was on the campaign trail, he spent 5 minutes talking about another man's dick. And there was another time where his microphone went out, so he proceeded to give what seemed like it was fellatio to a mic stand, right? There has been many times where he's waved to nobody in the crowd, similar to Joe Biden, how he literally waved to an empty spot as well, right? There's been many times where Trump wasn't sure what side of the stage he was supposed to exit on. That's happened to him too, right? Same thing that happened to Joe Biden that everybody complains about. Donald Trump didn't know that as he was the president, that he was literally the president of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but to
Like
be fair,
Donald
there
Trump
are,
just doesn't know a lot of things. Like,
well, to be fair, in the case of Puerto Rico, I mean, there are not prime ministers per se, because that's more here, but there are leadership positions, I'm sure.
Puerto Rico has
and
a
there's
governor,
leadership.
but the head of state is the president of the United States of America, which is Donald Trump.
And to be fair, I want to make it clear that I'm no MAGA guy. I'm not Trump's biggest fan, but I prefer him wholeheartedly to someone like Joe Biden. And when I say this to people, it confuses them, because I'm a union worker, and typically when you think of union workers, you'd think, oh, he's a Democrat. You know, he thinks more along the lines of Democrat ideals. Because when Joe Biden had signed the CHIPS and Science Act, that directly benefited union workers when it came to adding jobs.
Yeah, and Donald Trump wants to get rid of the CHIPS and Science Act. He's literally written executive orders against it.
I'm pretty sure he is more in favor of moving, because as it stands right now, Taiwan is the current only foothold that we have in terms of chips and things like that go into almost anything we have nowadays, with his phones, cars, so on and so forth. I've heard him say that he wants to move manufacturing from Taiwan to the United States, because as it stands, Taiwan, they've got this whole one China deal, and Taiwan is under constant threat from mainland China. I mean, there is, I can't remember if it was during Joe Biden's presidency or Trump's, where they were constantly flying fighter jets around the island of Taiwan to try to, whether it be a show of force, to try to intimidate. I'm not too sure, but I'm almost positive I've heard Donald Trump say he wants to move the manufacturing from Taiwan for those ships to
They were already
to
building a semiconductor facility in the United States because of the CHIPS
And
and
it-
Science Act that was signed by Biden.
Joe Biden. Yes.
Yeah.
Am I wrong in saying that Donald Trump says he wants to move manufacturing to the United States?
Yeah, how's that going for him? How many manufacturing jobs have we lost since the beginning of 2025?
I have no idea. I don't have that number in front of me.
78,000.
And how many jobs have we lost in total, manufacturing, so on and so forth, under Joe Biden?
I don't know.
So it's
Go
a
look it up.
at this point, it's because obviously I'm not as prepared as you are. I don't have a computer and Stream Deck in front of me to pull up these numbers at will.
Oh,
you
you
know, I'm
think
just
I'm
here to call-
looking stuff up? I'm not.
You can if you want. I'm not saying it's bad for you to do so. I mean, it
It's
stimulates.
not. I encourage people to look it up. I'm
Of
just
course,
saying I'm not.
I'm not saying it's a bad. So where did you get? Did you have that 75,000 number off the top of your head?
78,000, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics report that was issued on September 5th, 2025, for the unemployment data.
So, with that being the case, what do you think? Say you're a president right now. Snap your fingers right now. What do you think would be the solution to retain and increase manufacturing jobs within the United
Oh,
States?
my
Because a lot
personal
of people
opinion?
don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Subsidize the market. Offer
Subsidize the
incentives
market?
for businesses to open manufacturing plants here, break new ground, maybe even offer them additional tax breaks in order for them to do it, or subsidize the market itself. Because unfortunately, what we already know, because we saw this in Donald Trump's first term, that everybody likes to turn blinders on, is that unfortunately, right? Tariffs don't work to bring manufacturing back to the United States of America. How do we know this? Thank you for the meerkat. Is that when Donald Trump was first president, right? Actually, before he was even inaugurated into presidency, before he even won the vote, right? It was the day that he announced that he was going to run for president of the United States, right? That he sat down and had an interview after he walked down those golden escalators with Kelly Tur, and she asked him, so how do you, like, if you are placing tariffs on other countries and your Trump ties in specific are manufactured in China and you're putting tariffs on China, are you going to move your manufacturing of Trump ties from China back to the United States? He pointedly, point blank, said no. She asked him why. Because it's still cheaper.
Well, back before the First World War, that's how America got most of its income, was through tariffs. Because before Prohibition became a thing, that's how they got.
Well,
that's how they got most.
because before World War One, let's go all the way back 100 years ago. Are you for real, dude? Like, everybody knows how we used to run, how the government used to run in the United States of America. If they don't know, that's their problem, and it's just silly. Learn up, okay? But that's the it's such a dumb thing to make, because tariffs also eventually crashed our economy. It's part of the reason why every single time that we've tried to implement blanket tariffs across all countries, we've had a scare of a recession every single time throughout history. 1865, 1872, 1886. Like, every time that we've had a financial scare, it all has led back to when Congress tried to implement sweeping tariffs across all of trade partners. Okay, that happened with the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act that everybody knows and should remember, because it was fucking in Bueller, right? Like, this is how that's happened. Every single time that tariffs have happened, they've led us into a scare, into a recession, into a depression. That's just how it has worked. It's nothing new. It should be nothing that surprises anybody. And again, let me be very clear. Donald Trump's tie manufacturing, thank you, that his kids now run, right? Because all the businesses were supposedly put into his kid's name. They still manufacture their ties. Their ties still say, made in China. Because he doesn't give a shit about tariffs. It's never been enough incentive for him to move it back to America. You know what they do when tariffs are assessed? They just increase the price that you pay at the checkout line.
Well, it's also a case of China has such an enormous amount of labor. I mean, they have billions of people that live in mainland China. They can employ child labor. They can pay these kids pennies on the
Sir,
dime.
there's only one area of China that's been proven to actually still utilize slave labor. And technically, by United States law, we don't do business with that area of China. Now, I'm not saying that people don't find a way around it, but I'm just making a point that by United States law and policy that is already in existence, we don't do business with that area of China. It's literally a law that was passed. Dude,
Okay,
and
but
that I'm
who's
just
that?
trying
Who's
to
that?
explain to you, like, I like how you just guys goes like, well, you see China and slave labor and child labor and all of that good jazz to get away from the fact that tariffs literally don't work to bring manufacturing back to the United
Okay,
States
but
of
hold on.
America. And technically, I'm going to let you know something. According to the 13th Amendment of the United States Constitution, we literally have slave labor in this country.
So who's that reporting agency who does that? Who's that reporting agency that makes sure that there's no child labor being involved in the production of anything? Who reports that? Who goes to those places in China?
Oh, let's see.
And
We actually had, isn't this funny? We actually had a whole agency for that, but Donald Trump shut it down. I got to remember the name of it, but I can't think of it offhand. But see, we actually had a whole agency that did reporting on that. And it's no longer working anymore because of Donald Trump.
okay, but I'd still love to hear about that reporting agency that did that, because
Sure.
I mean, if we're
Cool.
trusting something that's supposed to be, if we're supposed to be trusting the word of China, which
It's
I will
not,
take
it's
anything.
and it's like, God, this shit gets investigated. Thank you.
Because I would trust if it's someone from the United States, I would trust their word a lot more if they went to every single province, checked every building, and said, okay, there's no child labor here,
Uh-huh.
versus something that China says.
Oh, well, it wasn't this easy to find. It's the Bureau of International Labor Affairs. Wow. And I like how you just like move around the fact that we literally have slave labor in the United States of America.
What do you mean by move around? I mean, I'm not trying to dodge. I mean, it's perfectly acceptable to talk about the things that affect the main issue. I just don't see why you do with it.
Are you aware that Texas, Florida, and Iowa literally made child labor easier to be done in just 2 years ago? And in fact, Florida is looking at lowering the age of people that can be hired in literal manufacturing plants to the age of 14. We have
Can you
child
say that
labor
last?
here.
Can you repeat that again? I didn't hear you on that last part.
I said Texas, Florida, and Iowa in 2022 passed laws that lowered the age of employment to 14 or lower in their states, which is literal child labor. And Florida is actively looking and seeking to expand what kind of jobs 14-year-olds can work to manufacturing plants, which is literal child labor. The same thing that you're complaining about is something that the state of Florida is seeking to do.
Well, of course, I don't think that ever go through, but at least in my
You,
state, which is
I just
there's
don't
pe-
think
there's
that'll
people
ever
that
go through. Okay. Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, if there is enough people that care about the well-being of children, and because, I mean, let's be honest, at least in my state, which is a heavy farming state, there are kids that go out who are part of farming families that do that kind of stuff before 14. They go out there 8, 9, 10 years old and do that.
Guys, it'll just
Without
never
that,
happen. It's okay.
I'm not saying
They
it'll
care
never
about
happen.
children, guys. It'll never happen. It's okay. That's why, gosh, somebody remind me of the state that literally made it so that they don't teach consent in schools anymore. What state passed a law where the schools are not required to teach consent anymore? It wasn't Florida.
When did schools ever start teaching consent? I
It's
mean,
in
when
sexual
I went through,
education. It's literally a
right,
part of sex ed.
when I went through sexual
It is,
education,
I think it is Idaho.
the
You're right.
curriculum was basically just what puberty was and what sex was
Interesting.
in the
Indiana. Yeah, I knew it was an I state. Yeah, Indiana. And guys, for everyone that says Texas, I actually took sex education in the state of Texas. They taught about consent.
Great. That's awesome. I'm glad they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, they did. So anybody that says like, where do they teach that? They do. Like, if your teacher in sexual education is not teaching you about consent, you need to tell your parents and get your school board together, unless you're apparently in the state of Indiana, where it's just perfectly acceptable to not teach what consent is to students that are
Well,
of
look,
age,
you gotta
that
keep in
where
mind
they
that this is
start getting interested in the
when
opposite gender.
when this was when I was being taught in sex ed. This is back, I'd say 2010, 2011, before everything like this became politicized. That it wasn't, this wasn't something consent wasn't something you're teaching 10-year-olds, because they barely understand the concept of sex. They
I
barely
wasn't 10
understand.
when I took sex education. What the fuck?
You're awesome.
Okay, so my point being, different states have different standards of curriculum. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
obviously
aware.
the DOE sets, federal standards, but it's, up to the states to provide the
No,
rest.
that I just want to be clear. The Department of Education has literally zero to do with education standards or curriculum. Like, sorry, that not education standards. They have zero to do with curriculum. They
Oh, so
don't get to. There is literally like they are not allowed to set curriculum standards at the Department of Education.
So would you be fine with the DOE being dismantled then?
No, absolutely not. In fact, I think if you have so many complaints about the state not teaching these things like I do, like at other levels, the Department of Education should be expanded upon, and it should be required that they mandate the curriculum that is taught in every school across this country that's a public school, because then it would be the same across the board. Right? And then we wouldn't have states like Oklahoma that rank 49 or 50, depending on what website you're looking at. And we could have everybody on the same level as Massachusetts, which is ranked #1 in the entirety of the United States of America and is ranked one of the top. Like, Massachusetts by itself ranks pretty high on the international level. So for everyone that complains about America just doesn't rank high anymore on the international level, make curriculum federalized. Make it a standard at the federal level instead of statewide. Then we wouldn't have these issues.
See, I see a problem with federalizing something like education, because
Why? It
let's
would
just
push
say, like,
forward the Republican agenda and their bullshit.
okay, well, see, I'm not arguing for one side or the other here. I'm saying, right? Because if you federalize it, then becomes
Hey,
a problem
RJ.
of, like you just said, if
Then
the
it becomes a
Republicans want to
problem.
push something through the education pipeline,
Yeah.
obviously people that would have issue with whatever they decided was, so politicizing that they don't want it going down the education pipeline, and it just becomes a bigger issue than it is. This is why I'm a big proponent
Gotcha.
of
So you're
out.
okay with just education being dependent upon where your parents decide to raise a child. Got it. So the
what's the
people in Oklahoma have a less of chance, statistically speaking, than a state like Massachusetts, which is ranked #1 in the entire country for the last several years, right? And Oklahoma has parried between 50 and 49 for the longest amount of time, so they have statistically a least amount of chance. Got it.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah. Well, dude,
denying the fact
you're pivoting all over the place, and I've already talked to you for 25 minutes, and you're exhausting, to be honest. And I'm not trying to be rude with that. You just kind of are. But I do hope you
well,
have a
it's
good
just,
night, man.
hey, you as well.
All right, bye. All right, let me read through some of these real quick. Thank you for all of the jewels from a very Monday Tuesday from Dawn. Thank you. Another one said, Oklahoma State is harboring and sparing child. I believe it. Another one says, happy 21st birthday. Thank you.
You're
Another
awesome.
one. Let's have another one. RJ, send your heart me. Goodness me, you haven't done it yet. Thank you, B. Lewis, for the jewels. Nay for at RSP94. Nay. I don't know if I did that right. MAGA equals fascist. Thank you for the Australian $7.99. Kenneth, thank you for the jewels. Shrug, thank you for the jewels. Cassie's, thank you for the jewels. Degan says she speaks fluent resting bee face. Listen, I admit to having an RBF. It's okay. My cat has the same thing, but his is resting Bailey face. All right. Caller must live in the state of denial. Good one, Bishop. We like that one. I will in a moment. Bishop says, Mass has Boston, and I will never forgive them for that. Massachusetts, let's fucking go. 199. Oh, Bostonian. Guys, if you are new here, be sure to hit that follow button or hit that subscribe button. Subscribing is free on the tubes. And guys, we have 13 new members for the live. Can we get an additional 15? I don't know if that's possible, but can we get 15 more in the next hour and 6 minutes? That would be awesome. We'll see what we can do. Hey. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Shout out to Nickers.
You're awesome.
You're fucking weird. If y'all can't tell that that was an edited clip, you're stupid. Oh, Kian, sorry. It's right here. How do you like your page getting taken down? So there's this person that literally spends hours watching my lives and editing my clips. Like, editing my lives and thinks like, dude, you have no fucking life. You ain't got no life, bro. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 15.
Oh, well, I can't talk to you, man. You have a great rest of your Tuesday. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello.
You're awesome.
That one, he had to work up the courage. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, hey, just want to say happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Moose, you're not getting called out because you're not spending time editing clips to make it sound like I said a slur. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Niggers.
You're fucking weird, bro. Did you see someone stealing food? No, you didn't. No snitch. November. Happy birthday. Thank you, C-Bar, for the $4.99. I appreciate that, guys. Let me see. I don't think I've missed anything else. I know I've thanked Jennifer for the 40, thanked Chris for the 30. That's what we have so far. Thank you, guys. Can we get a serious MAGA supporter to call into the live? You're right, Robert. I am alive for hours every night. I am alive for hours every night. Alive, yes. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Oh my God! Wait, am I on the phone with you?
You are. Hi. How old are you?
Oh, hi. I'm 25. Sorry, I know I had to think about that. Good for you. That's all I gotta say. Really happy to hear from you. Yeah, just I don't know. Awesome. I'm kind of a centrist, but like I have nothing to go against with you.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
I
you,
really
man.
like your tone with talking to people, and I really think that's a very good way to go about the way that you're going about this type of stuff.
Well, I
Like
appreciate that, dude.
with respect and yeah.
Sometimes. I'd mostly just match energy. Happy birthday, Joseph, to your daughter. Well, dude, I appreciate
Happy
you, and I
birthday to
hope you
you.
have a great rest of your Tuesday night, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Yeah, just make
Thank you.
sure to keep, it's like I live in Portland, so it's kind of like how all the, rioters right now, the rioters, quote unquote, are kind of acting. I think it's a very important thing when it comes to talking about this type of stuff to
It is.
keep a very good demeanor and, not make them hate the left just because they're on the left. And I think you're doing a really good job about that. That's all I wanted to call in about.
Well, I
And to say
appreciate
happy
you.
birthday again.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Of course.
you too. Thank you.
Bye. Hi. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hey, good evening.
Hi. What country are you calling from?
Me? I'm calling from Canada.
Okay. Have a good one. Yeah. Oh, Canada. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hey, Thicky.
Hi. Well, first I wanted to wish you like a happy birthday, right?
Yeah, thank you.
But I was just wondering, what do you think of? Have you heard of like MAGA communism?
No.
So there's like a bunch of these people on YouTube that are like hardcore like Marxist Leninists, and they really really support Donald Trump. I don't know if you've heard of a guy named like Infrared. I watched
No.
it
Can
like
you here, let me try asking something real quick. What is
yeah,
communism?
communism. Like you want Marx's definition or just
No, what is the socioeconomic concept known as communism?
fuck, bro? I'm stoned. There's like multiple parts. One of it's like the superstructure.
No, there's
I don't know,
actually just
man.
like the socioeconomic
I'll,
concept known as communism is really simple, right? Like we can break it down to the simplest of terms. It is a stateless, classless, moneyless society. Saying that it's MAGA communist, which is Make America Great Again, is already antithetical, considering that it would require a stateless society, so there would be no America. It's antithetical.
okay, so okay, look. I pulled up because I had a document because I took notes on it.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
okay.
Can I kind of go through?
I'm okay. Robert says Canada scares me. No, Robert, it's just that I don't see the point in talking to Maple MAGA, because you're not in the United States.
Hey, sorry. I think the
No, I purposely hung up on you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
Hi. Hi, I am 38.
Awesome. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Oh, are you only taking Donald Trump calls? I thought you were taking all kinds of calls since it was your birthday.
Oh no, no. Unfortunately, I'm just doing my normal stuff today.
I get it. Okay, well, happy birthday. I do
Thank
not
you.
support Trump. Take care.
WU. W callers for not being a MAGA supporter. I'm Thickless, Thicky, you don't even know. You have to go to the tubes and you have to watch my short on there. You miss a lot, buddy. You miss a lot. There's a lot that, yeah. I just go for it. I go ham sometimes. Maple MAGA. Thank you, Giselle, for the jewels. And yes, communism at its core is a utopian ideology. It exists in theory and is impossible for humanity to implement. I agree. Like, communism will never be implemented correctly in any form within the world as we currently know it. It's impossible for it to be implemented correctly. That's funny, Parkers. Thank you, Manny. That's a cool one. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
You're ugly as fuck, bitch.
You ended yourself before the line went through. Hi, how old are you? Hi, how old are you?
I'm older than you. I'm in my 40s.
Okay. Are you
How's it
supporting Donald
going?
Trump in the United States of America?
I just want to understand, do you support him or
I do
not?
not. But
You
thank you.
don't? Okay. Me neither.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Kiddo, please go play Call of Duty or something. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
What's up, mermaid?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 28. Born in October. I called the other day. I was calling back. I was wanting to put my skills to the test. So, what you got for me?
So you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And so what has you question your support in Donald Trump?
Like I said, there was the Epstein files. Yeah, he told a lot of lies. I don't know the specific ones, but you know, that's all right with me. You know, because you know, I think that, you know, maybe something else going on, but yeah, so what you got for me? Want me to elaborate on it or what's up?
So you just don't really pay much attention to what goes on, and you think that lying that is harmful lies, in fact, is okay?
Yeah, well here, I'm gonna explain why. You know, like so when I'm at work, right?
When you're at work.
Like everything's by the book, right?
It's by the book.
When everything's like by the book, you know, it
By
sucks
the
for
book.
everybody. Yeah, but like think about it, okay? If you're like working and you got like regional and corporate guys coming in, and like you really want
Hey
to like
guys, over
make it
on
through
the
the day, right? Through
YouTube
management,
portrait, I'm gonna restart.
you know,
I'll
you
see
got to
guys
break a
back
few
in a moment.
rules. You know, and I imagine that you know, government
Just
is
answer
probably
that
not too different. I
HRG.
mean,
No, I don't like Trump.